Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is Extinguisher10, and today we are talking about the news, the big news, that Tom Brady has agreed in principle to sign a one-year deal with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for $30 million. I personally thought he was going to return to New England, or at least I thought he was going to return there earlier in the year, but it seemed like as time went on, it was more and more likely that he was going to leave. So then I thought, you know what? He probably is going to leave. I don't think he's going to retire, and he didn't. But I thought he was going to the Chargers. I heard the Raiders a lot, and I heard Tampa, and I thought, no, he's not going to either of those places. Why would he want to go to a team that's probably not going to make the playoffs? And if it were to make the playoffs, it would be a very low seed, and the odds of it advancing very far are pretty slim. That's why I thought, hey, the Chargers. They made a lot of sense. They still have a very good core. They were one of the best teams in football 2 years ago. They had all kinds of weapons on offense. They needed some work on their offensive line, and they were pretty good on defense too. They had a few holes, but overall, a pretty good defense. What held them back last year was injuries and regression, severe regression to Phillip Rivers, who I thought was overrated in the first place. Yeah, of course he's good, but I didn't think he was that super elite quarterback that so many people thought he was. But anyway, I digress. Tom Brady instead chooses to go to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where he's going to be able to work with Bruce Arians, one hell of an offensive mind. And they have some offensive weapons in their own right. They have Chris Godwin, who is really just shooting up the old wide receiver rankings. He's definitely got to be a top 20 wide receiver. Next year, he might even be top 10. And of course, Mike Evans, he's a top 10 receiver. Maybe even top 5. He is a stud. They have two pretty good tight ends in O.J. Howard and Cameron Brate. I don't think either of them are elite, but they're both very good. And they give you that flexibility of being able to go into a 2 tight end formation and still be able to pass the ball pretty efficiently. Ronald Jones, he's a decent back. He's not going to do anything crazy, but he's a relatively average starting quarterback in the league. He'll get the job done for you. The problem Tampa had on offense, outside of Ali Marpet and Ryan Jensen, was their offensive line. Their bookend tackles were overpaid and underperforming, and the right guard wasn't performing either. And of course, old Crab Legs himself was throwing pick after pick after pick. So adding Tom Brady to this mix is making this offense crazy good. They're probably going to lose Brashad Perriman in free agency. He was one of the best third wide receiver options in the league. But when you have a top 2 like that, 2 tight ends, they can always draft somebody who might be able to fill in decently for them. Now quarterback is fixed. They just need to concentrate on filling in those offensive line spots and fixing what is, for the most part, a pretty broken defense. Yeah, Sean Murphy-Bunting is progressing quite nicely, and Vita Vea is a beast. But Levante David, he's starting to get over the hill. He's still a very productive player, but he's not as good as he used to be. And outside of those guys, they're pretty thin. So now adding Tom Brady to the mix, do I think they're going to be a playoff team? I haven't thought about it long enough to give you a definite yes or no, but I do think they're going to get out of the cellar. I don't remember if they were in the cellar or if the Panthers were. They're both pretty close, whatever it was. But they're going to go from bottom half anyway to the top half. I think they're now going to be ahead of the Falcons, who are losing player after player after player. And unfortunately for the Panthers, they are just looking like they're going to be in shambles. So they're definitely going to be in last place this year. So really, what does that mean? Can they pass the Saints? Not a chance. Well, I guess there's always a chance, injuries and regression and everything, but do I think it's going to happen? No. At best, they're going to be a wild card team. Maybe if they hit in the draft with pick after pick after pick, doing very well, and rookies playing better than the average rookie, can they get that 5 seed? Yeah, I think it's possible. Do I think they will? No, I don't think so. I think that is the scenario that is not likely, but that is what it will take for them to get that 5 seed, or, well, that would have to happen for them to beat the Saints too. But looking at it from Tom Brady's perspective, I don't know why he's going to Tampa. They're a below average team. It's not near home. The biggest benefit that I see out of him going to Tampa, other than some decent weather outside of hurricane season, is they don't have a state income tax, so he's going to be able to bring home more of his paycheck than he would in states with an income tax. And he's made so much money throughout his career. His wife's made even more than him. That cannot be the deciding factor. I don't know how that would be. It's got to be Bruce Arians and working with those 2 crazy wide receivers. I don't know what else it would be. But if you were one of those people who predicted Tampa, I think you're crazy, but you were right. Sometimes crazy is right. But that's really going to do it for this video. We don't have a whole lot of information. It's all tentative right now with the agreement in principle. Sounds like it's going to be $30 million for just 1 year, but they do have that agreement in principle. So we'll see what they actually hammer it down to, but as we know more, we'll let you know. And if you're interested in more off-season moves, I'm going to have a playlist right over there that's going to show you all my coverage of trades and signings so far this offseason. And if you're new to the channel, we're actually primarily a gaming channel. Currently, we're playing Madden 20, MLB The Show 20, and Major League Baseball featuring Ken Griffey Jr. Those have all been a blast, so come and check that out if you're interested in great gaming content. And if you are coming back, you might as well jump on down, hit that big red subscribe button, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. And if you like this video, I'd really appreciate it if you gave me a big ol' like on it. It'd really help out the channel. But until next time, this is Extinguisher 10 signing out. Have a great rest of your day.